Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's topic is sum of two square integers. Let's first understand what do we mean by sum of two square integers. Let's take 1. You can always write 1 as 1 square plus 0 square. You can write 2 as 1 square plus 1 square. But can you write 3 as a sum of two square integers? We cannot. You are already familiar with this topic. In trigonometry, in linear algebra, the sum of squares of two integers gives us the distance between two lattice points. Now, the question is, can every integer be written as a sum of two squares? Can every prime integer be written as a sum of two squares? And can we write them in more than one way? Earlier, sum of squares of two integers was used for factorization of an integer. Diophantus, Fermat, Euler, Lagrange's, they all studied expressing a positive integer as a sum of two square integers. Euler, in 1745, in his letter to Goldbach, mentions about factorization of a number by writing it as a sum of two squares. Few things to note. Not every positive integer n can be written as a sum of two square integers, and such n cannot be written as a sum of squares of any rational numbers too. But every positive integer can be written as a sum of four squares. We would not be discussing this here. Some integers which are square can be written as a sum of two squares, that is, they satisfy z square is equal to x square plus y square. Another thing to note, all squares can be written as x square is equal to x square plus 0 square. You can add 1 and still that number can be expressed as a sum of two squares, that is, if y is x square plus 1 can also be written as a sum of two squares x square plus 1 square. To understand this, let's take numbers from 1 to 25. Now, 1 can be written as a sum of two squares, 2 can be written as a sum of two squares, 3 cannot, 4 can be written as a sum of two squares, 5 can be written as a sum of two squares. So you see, numbers which are circled can be written as a sum of square of two integers. There are some numbers here which are whole squares in themselves, like number 4. If I add 1 to 4, 5 also becomes a sum of two squares. 9 is a whole square. If I add 1 to that, 10 also becomes a sum of two square integers, and you can just check the rest of them. Here, I've just listed them. 1 is 1 square plus 0 square, 2 is 1 square plus 1 square, 4 is a whole square, 2 square. If we add 1 in the next one here, you see 5 is nothing but 2 square plus 1 square. You can check these. So you can see all whole squares can be expressed as a sum of two squares, and if we add 1 to them, again they are expressible as a sum of two squares. You have just seen not all positive integers can be written as a sum of two squares. Note, if n is x square plus y square, then n will always be congruent to either 0, 1 or 2 modulus 4, as n square is congruent to 0 or 1 mod 4 for each n. Let us now see which integers can be written as a sum of two squares. Every prime p such that p is congruent to 1 mod 4 can be written as a sum of two squares, and this representation will always be unique. A prime p can be written as a sum of two squares if and only if the following congruence x square plus 1 is congruent to 0 mod p has a solution. Any positive integer n is a sum of two squares if and only if n is expressible as 2 to the power m a square into b, where m is greater than or equal to 0, a is an odd integer, and every prime divisor of b is of the form 4k plus 1. If n is a positive integer such that n is equal to p1 into p2 dash 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 pr into m square, where m is the largest square factor and pi's are distinct primes, then n can be written as a sum of two squares if and only if every pi for all values of I from 1 to r is equal to 2, or the PIs are congruent to 1 mod of 4. If P is congruent to 1 mod 4, then there exist positive integers x and y such that x square plus y square is equal to k times P, where k is less than P and it is a positive integer. Let's take an example. If n is equal to 10, you can see 5 is congruent to 1 mod 4. If k is equal to 2 and the prime p is 5, you can see 2 is less than 5, then 10 can be represented as a sum of 2 squares, 1 square plus 3 square. If n is equal to 13, if you take k to be 1, p to be 13, 1 is less than 13, you can see 13 is congruent to 1 mod 4. You can write 1 into 13 as a sum of 2 squares, 2 square plus 3 square. The sum of 2 square theorem states that a positive integer n can be written as a sum of 2 squares if and only if every prime factor p which is congruent to 3 mod 4 has an even exponent. So if we take 441, this integer is nothing but 3 square into 7 square. Here our P1 is 3 and P2 is 7. Both 3 and 7 are congruent to 3 mod 4, and you can see that 3 and 7 both have the exponent 2, the power as 2. So 441 can be written as a sum of 2 squares. 441 is nothing but 21 square plus 0 square. Fermat's theorem says primes of the form 4k plus 1 can always be written as a sum of 2 squares, but not primes of the form 4k plus 3. For example, 7, 11, etc. cannot be written as they are of the form 4k plus 3. The sum of two squares when multiplied by a square number results in the sum of two squares. You can see if we multiply a square plus b square by k square and take the k inside, it is nothing but ka whole square plus kb whole square. As 2 into a square plus b square is nothing but a plus b whole square plus b minus a whole square, if a sum of two squares is multiplied by 2, it is again a sum of two squares. Lastly, product of two integers which are sum of two squares is again the sum of two squares. So is there a general formula? Yes, there is. Any positive integer n can be written as a sum of two squares, n is equal to x square plus y square, if and only if n is of the form 2 to the power e naught multiplied by the product of all the primes pi to the power ei, where I value varies from 1 to r, multiplied by all the qj's, j value from 1 to s, to the power fj, where every qj is congruent to 3 mod 4, has even exponents fj, and E naught takes any value where Pi's are congruent to 1 mod of 4. Let's take an example. If n is equal to 45, you can see n is nothing but 5 into 3 square. Here, P1 is 5, which is congruent to 1 mod 4. Q1 is 3, which is congruent to 3 mod 4. As the above conditions are satisfied, it can be written as a sum of two squares, and you can see 45 can be written as 6 square plus 3 square. What if n is 55? 55 can be written as 5 into 11. Here P1 is 5, which is congruent to 1 mod 4, but Q1, which is 11, is not congruent to 1 mod 4. It is congruent to 3 mod 4, but its exponent is 1, which is not even. So 55 cannot be written as a sum of two squares. Take 65. 65 is nothing but 5 into 13. P1 is 5, which is congruent to 1 mod 4. P2 is 13, which is congruent to 1 mod 4. As both P1 and P2 are congruent to 1 mod 4 and there are no q's, that is, there are no primes congruent to 3 mod 4, hence 65 can be written as a sum of two squares. You can see 65 can be written as 4 square plus 7 square and 1 square plus 8 square. So let's come to some applications. In mathematics, at different places like in geometry where if n is x square plus y square, then that helps us in finding the lattice points on a circle of radius root of n. For example, 65, which is nothing but 4 square plus 7 square as you saw above, or it is 1 square plus 8 square. There are 16 lattice points on the circle with radius root of 65. Plus minus 4 plus minus 7 plus minus 7 plus minus 4 plus minus 1 comma plus minus 8 plus minus 8 comma plus minus 1. Now how we get these points, it will be clear when we come to how many representations are there of a sum of two squares in our next video. So you'll have to wait for that. We also use them in Pythagorean triplets. In statistics, we use them for partitioning of sums of squared deviations or errors, also in linear regression. In primality testing, as all p congruent to 1 mod 4 can be written as a sum of two squares. In cryptography, algorithms use them for pseudo random number generation, in digital signal processing, and many other engineering branches like quantum mechanics. In quantum physics also we use them where energy levels are proportional to sum of two squares. In coding theory, the sum of two squares corresponds to norms in Gaussian integers, the set of all integers which can be written as a sum of two squares. For example, 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 13, etc. form the set of all norms of Gaussian integers. So there are many applications here. We have listed a few of them. One more thing to note, as there are infinitely many primes of the form 4k plus 1, there are infinitely many integers n which can be written as a sum of two squares. Thank you for watching. In this video, you saw what are sum of two squares and which are the integers which can be written as a sum of two squares. In our next video, we would be covering how do we express an integer n as a sum of two square integers.